Alright guys, we're going to take a quick tour of the garden. It's May 18th. Everything's growing as best as it can in this heat. It's been pretty hot here the last week. I think today was 98 degrees or 99 degrees. So the pepper plants are struggling a little bit, but they are putting out some peppers. So we'll go ahead and take a quick tour. As you see, these are the 3 pepper plants I put in the ground, and I totally expected these to die, but they didn't. So they're just kind of chugging along. Hopefully they'll produce something soon. This is the compost box that I built in that other video, so it's got a lot of compost in it right now that I'm kind of tending to week over week, and then hopefully I'll get to use this in the garden a little bit later. But for right now I'm going to close up this lid because it's going to be night soon and I don't need any little creatures trying to get in there. Here's some basil that I planted. This is a mixture of just regular basil, Thai, and I think this purple basil. So I just threw a bunch of seeds down here and they started growing. This is one of the Asian pears. This is one of the Korean giants. As you see, the grafts up here, they actually took. So this is a shinseki on top, which I'm just going to go ahead and plant this in the ground later in the year when the plant loses all of its leaves. So these are Scotch Bonnets. Got some figs here. I think this one is a Chicago Hardy. This one is it's a Home Depot variety. I think it was a brown turkey, but I forgot. I just grafted this one. Not grafted, I propagated it. And that one back there is a yellow long neck, if I remember right. And then here we have some more Scotch Bonnets, obviously. That one's got a fruit on it. Actually, I think it has a few fruit. I just can't tell. Yeah, there's a few more in there. As you can tell, I have idiotic neighbors that love to rev their cars because they're just morons. Let's see, here's some more Scotch Bonnets. Here's another one. This one is a fig tree. It's a bourgeois noir. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. There's some more peppers there. There's a few all over these trees, as you can see. They're not as many as before, but hopefully that changes. I just gave the plants a shot of phosphorus and potassium, cut down on the nitrogen this time, and we'll see if that helps them. This one is a Figo Preto, an I-258 fig tree. As you see, it's got some little buds here, or actually fruit. There's a little wasp waiting to sting me if I get too close to him, so I'm going to back off from him in a minute. And that's an I-258. And I think this is a Figo Preto as well. So they're all grafted onto this rootstock. I think this was, again, a Home Depot variety, which I think is a brown turkey. So those are doing pretty good. Okay, as you see, you've got some 7-pot bubblegums here, or not bubblegums, 7-pot brain strains, some yellow marugas, some red marugas. So as you see, the plants have some fruit on them. It's got a lot of little flowers, but the heat's really taking a toll on them. A lot of them are falling off, but hopefully it cools down over the next couple days, and that shot of phosphorus helps the plants. So again, this is the other Asian pear. This again is the Korean giant. Again, it's got some grafts at the top. These are some shinseki Asian pears. This one's a Hasui. This one I haven't grafted anything on. I'm going to use it actually to graft, or use it as graft stock for the other pears. So pretty good sized tree. These are some reapers. I don't think there's any peppers on the reapers right now, which is kind of disappointing, but we'll see if that changes. I think this is a black Madeira. Yep. Some oregano, some mint, or 7 pots. This one I think is a, what is this? It's a Scotch Brains apparently. And it's got a few little fruit on here. I know I saw them earlier, just trying to find them now. Yeah, well, hopefully they didn't fall off. Oh, there they are. These are some Scotch Bonnets. Some more fig plants, an extra Scotch Bonnet. Some kind of ornamental, I forgot what that is. This is a Rendez De Bordeaux Fig that didn't make it. I don't think it actually had any roots on it, and I think I overwatered it, so that one's pretty dead. These are some Ahi Lemons. This one I put in the sun a little bit too early and it suffered, so it's trying to come back right now. I've got it in the shade. These are some extra plants. This one's again an Ahi Lemon, I think. This one's an Ahi Charapita. As you see, it's got some fruit on it. Now this one was supposed to be a Scotch Bonnet, but obviously, as you can tell, it's not a Scotch Bonnet. I think it's some kind of ghost pepper. We'll see how those turn out, but I kind of isolated this from the rest of the Scotch Bonnets just because I didn't want it to crossbreed. So as you see, some more figs. Again, another Ahi Charapita. Some extra plants here that I had to water because they pretty much dried up. But this one, as you see, they're actually bearing fruit already. And they're just in these little solo cups. More figs, some German thyme. This one's a yellow moruga. It's got a few fruits on there. I think this one's a Scotch Bonnet as well. Another Scotch Bonnet. Another yellow moruga. What's this? 7-pot brain strain. Over here we've got some figs, some more peppers. This one's a Chicago Hardy that's bearing some fruit. Another Ahi Charapita, some lavender. This one's an I-258, I think. It's got a bunch of fruit on it. It's a fig tree, and I think it's grafted with also Figo Preto. So that also has some fruit on it. This one's a yellow long neck. This one doesn't have anything bearing yet, but I'm holding out hope. And then these two are yellow long necks as well. They're not growing as fast as I thought they would. This one's an Ahi Charapita. I think that one back there is a red moruga, and those are my pomegranates back there. The one in the middle actually has one flower on it. I'll try to show you that. There it is. It's a sad little flower, but at least it's one. And then here's the Shinseki Asian pear that's in the ground with the grafts. So this is a graft of a Hisui plant on it. And this is a graft of the Korean giant. So it's got 3 different varieties on this tree, or 3 altogether. And then this is the little tree guard that I built for it that I told you guys about. This is to keep the bunnies out because they are very destructive. It's made out of some cedar and chicken wire, and as you can see, I left the sides open just so that it could get some airflow, and the front allows me to open this up and then move it around if I need to. So if the tree gets a little bit too large one day, I can take this off and just move it to another tree. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it for the tour for today. I'll give you an update in a couple weeks, and that's pretty much it for now. Have a good one.